If you are a teacher in Cameroon or anywhere else in Africa, whether you're teaching in a primary school, secondary school, professional school, or university, we are here to help you earn an extra 1 million francs a year this academic year. That's about 2,000 US dollars extra this academic year by making use of Google Classroom and Zoom. So, two very simple technologies that we are going to show you how to use so that you can turn your teaching into a digital experience that gives access to students everywhere where there is internet. My name is Godfrey, and I welcome you to today's tutorial. And today we will be looking at the software called Zoom. So just go to your Google and you type Zoom, ZOOM, and you see this site, zoom.us. So the official website of Zoom is zoom.us. If you are on a computer, if you are on a phone, just go to the App Store and type Zoom, and you find the app. So that's the logo of Zoom, so that when you see it, you easily recognize it. So you either download the app, on your phone, or you use your computer to access it online. When you access Zoom, now there are a few features that I want to show you briefly. Remember that these sessions are just overview sessions, because we are building a community in which we are going to give you the training, the coaching, and in fact the step-by-step babysitting that you need in order to actually create these results that we are hoping for. So we are transitioning from just educating and inspiring to actually accompanying people to create tangible results. So don't worry, even if this is new to you, once you join our community, you have the best of everything. Now, when you are on Zoom, the first place I want you to visit is this plans and pricing, because it is important for you to know that you actually have free resources that you don't need to invest money in, but that you can use to make a lot of money. So if you go to plans and prices, what you're going to see is that Zoom actually has a free plan. Look at that. So the basic or personal meetings plan is free. And what does it allow you to do? You can host a meeting of up to 100 participants. You can have unlimited group meetings for up to 40 minutes. You can have unlimited one-to-one meetings with a 30-hour time limit per meeting. And you have access to private and group chats. Why is this important to you? If you have a class, no matter how large that class is, you can break up that class into groups and then do group tutorials. Remember that we are working with Google Classroom and Zoom. So we are going to show you how to integrate Google Classroom and Zoom, because you're going to use Google Classroom to host your syllabuses, your lecture notes, your graphics, any pictures that you use to help students teach, videos that you have curated from YouTube to expand your students' learning experience, websites that you have linked to your lessons to help students do research, quizzes, assignments that you correct online, and you give students real-time personalized feedback right on the platform. Now, so once all of that is set up and it's automated, you don't actually have any work anymore apart from coming in during your spare time to see which student has submitted an assignment for you to correct. So what you do with Zoom is you can now schedule tutorials so that these students actually have a face-to-face encounter with you at least once a week. So that's where Zoom comes in. And what I'm trying to show you now is that no matter how large your class is, you can split that class now into groups of maybe 50 or 100, depending on how large the class is. And then each group has their own tutorial day. Then you schedule those tutorials to last for 40 minutes or less. That way you're effective with technology, you're effective with time, and students actually get a great experience. There is no need to spend 1 hour or 2 hours on Zoom with students. There's no need. Since it's a blended learning approach, the Zoom, you're not using Zoom to deliver lectures, you're using Zoom for tutorials. So what um, the actual learning is taking place on Google Classrooms, and then as you're interacting with them, you're seeing the pain points, the areas that all students have difficulties with, and then you pick one area per week and you come and you have a live session with them on Zoom. So that's how powerful this is. Now, for those of you who are not teachers, eventually when we're done with teachers, we will get to people who are professionals and they want to offer consultancy or coaching services and so on. Now, what you're seeing here is that you can have one-on-one meetings, for up to 30 hours. So you can actually hold a one-on-one consultation or um, a coaching session with somebody online for as long as how many hours you need. So you doctors, project managers, lawyers, I'm coming to you later on. We are still going to make use of Zoom for your own services. So let us focus on the teachers for now. So teachers, I hope you have seen that is how Zoom fits into your teaching program. Now that we know that we can use Zoom for free, let us now see how to use Zoom. So to use Zoom, you simply go to schedule meeting. Now I'm inside my account already, but if you don't yet have an account, all you need to do is create one for free. All you need is your email address, you know, and a few personal details to create a Zoom account. Anybody who has an email address, anybody who has Facebook, WhatsApp, and all of that, these tools, there is nothing too different from all those things I already used to. All you need to do is take 1 or 2 minutes, figure out how the platform looks like, and you get started. So, in order to actually set up a tutorial session, all you need to do is go to schedule meetings, give it a name. So let's say that's a Zoom tutorial for teachers. Zoom tutorial for teachers. For example, I'll give it a date. If today's the 7th of December, fine. If I want that class to hold at 1 p.m., I'll select my time. I'll select the voila. So duration 1 hour. You can leave it at 1 hour, but you know that you don't exceed 40 minutes. Time zone, this is very important because in my experience, since I'm in the USA, I used to schedule Zoom meetings, send the link to people in Africa, and they don't notice that I am on Eastern time. So many people will miss the meeting because they were thinking that I was in their local time. Please get used to, we are now in a global economy. Things like time zones, very little tiny details that you were not worrying about when you were growing up. Now it's a must. When somebody sends you a meeting link, look at the time zone. So I'm looking now for GMT plus one, um, West Central Africa, making life easy for you. So when you create your account, you can select your time zone so that whenever you're setting a meeting, it comes up by default. So just like mine came up, Eastern time because I'm using Eastern time. So that's West Central Africa. If I'm organizing this meeting for people in Cameroon, Nigeria, and so on, then that's it. Now, if you want it to be a recurring meeting, that is, if you know that this meeting is going to hold at this exact time every week, same time, same day every week, then you select recurring meeting so that you don't have to create a new meeting every week. This you can actually decide, repeat every week. That is it, every 7 days, um, until after how many occurrences. So if it's something I want to do for the entire academic year or the entire term and whatever. So I recommend you, anyway, whatever you choose, you can always edit it. So there's no big deal. Is registration required? Yes, of course, because you want your, okay, there are two ways of going about it. Your Zoom session is not a direct paid service. It's something that is you're offering to your students that are already enrolled in your Google class. So you can leave registration open so that because you just share the link to your students who are already registered. But if you're organizing something that people need to pay for in order to have access to your Zoom class, then you check registration so that when you share the link with them, right, when they sign up, you're going to have a registration form, that you can use to track who has actually registered. You have their name and their email. So if attendees need to register for all the sessions or for each session, you check those details. Go to okay, video and audio. When you're holding group meeting, if it's a class tutorial, my advice is participants video and audio should be on. If it's a meeting, just if you're just broadcasting, like you're a pastor and it's maybe just a meditation or a prayer session that you're facilitating, people just need to tune in. Then you make sure that their videos and audios are off so that you don't have any interference. But if it's a class where people need to sign in and see your face, ask questions and so on, then make sure that you enable video for participants. Once you're done, you just save. When you save, now you have a registration link and you have your calendar. If you're using Google, Yahoo calendars and so on, you click any of those and save that um, meeting on your calendar so that you get reminders. But the most important thing here is copy that link, and there you go. Now you can share it on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or in your Google Classroom. In the case of these tutorials that we're talking about, wherever anybody who has this link, when they click on it at the time when you have started this meeting, they are going to have access to this meeting. So for you to start the meeting, you just find this button that says start this meeting. So always make sure that you log in at least 10 minutes to the start of the meeting so that you give yourself about 5 minutes for your computer or phone or whatever to you know stabilize, get into. This is a cloud platform, so depending on the quality of your connection and so on, it usually takes a couple of minutes for you to uh, effectively start a meeting. So the idea is get there about 10 minutes before time so that maybe within the first 5 minutes you're sure that you have set up and everything is up and running, and then your participants have another 5 minutes to sign up before the actual start of the event. So as a reminder, this tutorial is addressed to teachers in primary schools, in secondary schools, professional schools, universities. And what we are doing is helping you use Google Classroom and Zoom to turn your teaching into a digital experience that you can use to have access to as many students as you want, both locally and internationally, depending on the level at which you are teaching. Our goal for you is that you should have a class of at least 100 students who are paying you at least 10,000 francs CFA so that you make an extra 1 million francs CFA this academic year. You can see how practical and straightforward that is. Many of you who are already very hardworking people, you can exceed that goal with ease. So I'll leave a link at the bottom of this video for you to sign up, join our community where we actually accompany you through the process of making this happen. Thank you very much for watching the video and sharing it with at least 10 other teachers. And then thank you for going ahead and signing up so that we can get started. Bye bye for now.